Okay, we start. I welcome you to IGF session entitled Improving Local Online Service Delivery in a Global World. My name is Dimitris Aradis, Senior Research Analyst in UNU Operating Unit on Policy-Driven Electronic MRIs in Portugal, together with Angelica Anzunde and Denis Suzar from United Nations Economic and we will moderate this session. I would like to welcome our 8 distinguished speakers in the panel. And before starting the session, I would like to make a brief reference of the session structure and describe its sections. Firstly, I invite online participants to submit their comments and questions in the Q&A section of the online section. With the help of Angelica, we will gather all of them. We'll do our best to transfer them to our panelists. Of course, participants in the room can set questions orally. Online participants have the possibility to also make if they request it. So let's go quickly in session. The first part, the first section, is entitled Opportunities and Challenges in Applying LOSI. In this section, panelists will identify benefits of applying LOSI in their countries. They can suggest possible use of LOSI application results and ways of using them in policy making. They can mention examples from their own experience. They will suggest ways to engage policymakers and local researchers in LOSI network activities, and they may identify challenges of applying LOSI and possible ways of facing them. And they will suggest, hopefully, ways of improving LOSI methodology and expanding LOSI network. After that, we will have a Q&A section. Then Angelica will briefly present e-government LOSI toolkit. She will explain this toolkit that is created from UNDES and UNUI-Gov in order to support LOSI application. Section is locally government, present and future. So panelists will present the existing needs of citizens and cities in their countries. They will describe ways, for example, applications, technologies, innovations of facing these needs in local government level. They will also suggest future trends in local government coming from their countries. And also, they may suggest ways that we can assess local government development and challenges and ways of facing these assessment methods and possible ways of collaboration and funding sources, which are problems that we face currently. Okay, before going to the panelists, I will say, let's say, the main topics of LOSI instrument, which is a collaboration of UNDES and UNUI-Gov. We started this collaboration back to 2018, and the reason was to support local government development. The years EGDI to assess e-government in national level. So because citizen is more close to local government than the national one, we thought that there is a need to cover there. So we came with this methodology. Very briefly, at the moment, the methodology comprises from 95 indicators. And it is divided in 6 areas, in 6 criteria. In brackets, you can see the indicators for each that we use for each criteria. The first one is institutional framework. The next one is content provision. So we assess aspects about content. Then services provision. So what online services are provided by the city. Participation and engagement. The next one, technology. The fifth, and the recently introduced one, e-government literacy. So together with this methodology that it is applied biannually from UNDES and UNUE-Gov, and the results are published in United Nations e-Government Survey. We use local government questionnaire, which gathers information from local government municipalities in preparation for the upcoming survey. So this gives us a better insight from local governments because of public officials that the situation give us this information. The results from this assessment are published in United Nations e-Government Knowledge Base and biannually, and you can see them in detail, all the results of the city. So we will not spend more time on that. We apply this methodology in the most populous city of each country, of the 193 member states. So, because there is applied in more cities worldwide, we designed and applied the idea of LOSI network, which invites interested institutions to participate with their resources and with our support, UNDESA and UNUE-Gov, in order to apply LOSI methodology in a larger number of cities in their country, after signing a memorandum of understanding. Okay. Now, I think it is the right time to go to the first section, where we will see partners that have already joined the LOSI network, and they will talk about their experience. The first panelist is Ayman Al-Arabiat, Professor Ayman Al-Arabiat from Al-Balka Applied University. Ayman, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank UNDESA, UNUE-Gov, IGF, and also the Syrian government for organizing this forum. I will start with telling you about the story, how I get involved in LOSI. Of course, the main reason my teacher, Professor Delfina Suarez, I like the concept, and I think it's very crucial, very important to evaluate and assess the e-services at local level. 2 years ago, Dimitris and I have conducted a study. We evaluate around 19 cities, 19 cities portals or websites in Jordan. So at first, Jordan is a small country in Middle East. We are, as Jordanian, we believe it's great because of its people. At local level, we have two administrative level of governing. One under the Ministry of Interior. For the municipalities, they are controlled under the local or the Ministry of Local Administration. We have around 100 municipalities in Jordan. However, the majority of Jordanian municipalities has a financial problem because of many financial situation in Jordan. The main expenses in Jordan municipalities goes to salaries, around from 50 to 85% of municipalities' budget goes to salaries. As I said, we have evaluated around 19 cities in Jordan. For our methodology, Dimitris and I agreed that we remove around 16 indicators from the LOSI methodology that are related to service provision indicators. The reason that all of these 15 services are provided by national department or national ministries in Jordan. For our result, table that all Jordanian municipalities were ranked at middle or low group, except one city, it's the capital, Amman. All of Jordanian municipalities face main challenges and main limitations in technology, service provision, and also in citizen engagement. However, our results indicate that small municipalities sometimes doing better more than larger municipalities, despite having fewer resources. Maybe that's related to the vision or the strategy that those small municipalities have taken in their perspective. Now, after we have done our study, we promote LOSI in Jordan. How we did that? We sent our report to local administrative ministry. We also have interactive lectures with Greater Amman municipalities. And we have online session with the Arab Smart Cities Network that are located in Jordan. At that session, around 100 persons from around 70 municipalities have attended that online session. Now, for the challenges and opportunities, in fact, we face a main challenge regarding the awareness of local administrative or local official about the international evaluation. They are not familiar with that. They also have limited resources, and the digital transformation is not in the top of their priority. Of course, there were a resistance to change that we found it when we talked to them. And also, I deliver a training program in IPA. It's an institution of public administration in Jordan for many times. And the attendance were from many municipalities. And they do not have full awareness of the importance of digital transformation. And if they have, they don't know how to move to digital transformation. The second challenge is regarding how we could transform this theoretical result into practical actions. For our opportunity, I think we should work in the long-term strategy for engagement. We have started some initial talk with the Ministry of Local Administration in Jordan. And also, we are trying to collaborate with potential partners like Arab Smart Cities Forum. They are expressed they are willing to participate and with us in the next study that we are going to do in 2025. So thank you very much for your listening. So of course, any valuable suggestions will be welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dimitris.
Thank you, Professor Al-Arabiat, especially for the challenges and the ways that we can move forward engaging policymakers in using LOSI results. Let's move now to the second speaker, Dr. Gayatri Doctor from CEPT University in India, which is an online speaker. And Dr. Gayatri, we welcome you. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank UNDESA, UNU EGOV, and IGF for having this open forum, giving an opportunity to talk about the LOSI experience and the pilot studies that we have done in India. Can I have the next slide, please? So, as everybody knows, India is a large and diverse country. We started off with the first pilot of LOSI in 2023, where we assessed the most populous city in each state and the union territories. And we applied the LOSI methodology. This came out to 27 states, 9 union territories. But of course, 2 cities did not have municipal government portals. So our total assessment was of 34 cities. I had a student researcher who worked with me on this, Soumya Mehta. In the second pilot, which we did, we decided to concentrate on only one state, which was Gujarat. And in Gujarat, we targeted 53 urban local bodies or 53 cities, which was across municipal corporations and municipalities. With the municipal governance portals. And we also tried to study 2 cities where they did not have a municipal government portal. So this was also done with a student researcher, Devanshi Shah. Can we move to the next? In the Indian context, when we look at it, there are a variety of portals that are available. We have centrally government portals of the Government of India. Each and every state has state-governed portals. Then comes the district level, where there are district portals. And we have the city websites. Could be municipalities, municipal corporations, or city councils. This breakup is basically made on the basis of the population of the cities. So there are multiple modes of service delivery to access citizen service. There are some services available on district, state, or central portals, and the urban local bodies, that is the city websites, according to the Indian jurisdiction system, is supposed to perform certain specific services. We have something called the 74th Amendment and 18 services which a city should perform. When we did these studies, both the pilots, we could identify cities based on high, medium, and low maturity. We did not have anybody with the very high maturity. The LOSI methodology helped us to assess and improve the efficiency, accessibility, and the quality of the local e-government services. Basically, when we assessed the 34 cities across the country, it was a little more difficult. But when we assessed a particular state, which were the 53 cities, we could immediately tell the type of accessibility and the type of services and the quality of the local e-government service. The next slide, please. So, of course, when we did the LOSI across both the pilots, we could see that we could identify the gaps in the online service. So there were some cities which were in the high, some in the middle, some in the low. So why were they? So we could see the cities. There was transparency and accountability. And it helped us make some informed decisions as to which cities needed more information on their websites and things like that. With the introduction of the LGQ, though we did not get too many feedbacks from many cities, it was a understanding of how the government also appreciates this particular evaluation. Users were also, the experience of users can be evaluated. Next slide, please. Of course, we did have challenges in applying the LOCI network because all the services were not available on one city portal. They were distributed across different portals like the district, the state, the central, or some parastatal bodies. Also, some cities did not have an active or an updated MGP. There was some of them, the data was incomplete. There is some tax information which is supposed to be mentioned in the part of the LOCI thing. But in India, there are various forms of tax: income tax, property tax, professional tax. So all these were not, it was difficult to capture all the elements in the current LOCI. And also, the organizational structure under LOCI in the infrastructure institution setup, the organization structure has to be defined, which varies depending on the classification of the cities. So there were these type of challenges, and India being a diverse country, we have lots of languages. So the availability of the MGP accessible in multiple languages is also a constraint. Of course, once you give suggestions, there is always some sort of resistance to change, to implement the suggestions. In addition to which, resource constraints, both financial and human at the local government level, are always there. Next slide, please. So there is, when we do a benchmarking and best practices, because LOCI helps us to identifying the good performing cities, and policymakers can benchmark their services against the successful models so that other cities can adopt these particular things. It also helps policymakers to identify the areas and allocate resources and do some strategic planning. Of course, over a period of time, you can monitor the LOCI data and track the progress of the cities and their impact over time. Next, please. This is just generic, that how do you do it? You can have stakeholder workshops and seminars. You can create policy briefs and reports, do public consultations and feedback with the users, because citizen-centric services must have interactions with the citizens. And being in a country where there are a lot of different levels of government, we could have some intergovernmental collaborations with an approach to improving e-government services. Next, please. So on the whole, I would say that LOCI is a very valuable tool for assessing and improving the e-government services at the local level. It helps in service improvement, resource allocation, policy formulation, benchmarking and best practices, capacity building, and citizen engagement, and transparency and accountability. Thank you. The way forward, we are going to be doing a LOCI pilot 3 in 2025, where we would be even studying, in the Indian context, there is a state-level e-service delivery system. So we would be studying that and comparing it with LOCI. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gayatri. Well, India is a huge country, so for us is a very important partner, because we can have a very useful insight in order to improve LOCI. from this type of organizational structure, from this federation type of structure in the country. And I will just highlight here this aspect. The organizational structure in India varies depending on the classification of cities. They have municipal corporations, municipalities, different types of organizational units. And we face this not only in India, we face this aspect also in other countries, that we are not, it is not easy to identify the organizational unit in municipality level, in city level, that provides the services that we assess in our instrument. For example, in UK, they have this structure of cities, municipalities, boroughs, the smaller ones. So which one provides the services? This comes in many places and is an issue that we should discuss in the future and find solutions. Anyway, we will proceed because thank you, Dr. Gayatri. Now, the next panelist is Mehdi Limam from the Tunisian E-Governance Society. The panel is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mehdi Limam, a member of the Tunisian E-Governance Society, and today I have the pleasure to share with you the experience of implementing the LUCI methodology in Tunisia and to discuss the opportunities and challenges it presents. We will take a look at the benefits of LUCI, key steps for implementation, and the path forward for applying this methodology. Let's begin with the first slide. This is a representation of the result of the implementation of LUCI in Tunisia. We evaluated 24 municipality portal across the 24 states. As you can see, only 9 achieved the rank of middle, while the rest have low scores. We won't dive too much into the results. For full details, I encourage you to consult our report, which outlines our findings and insights from our evaluation. Next, LUCI has proven to be a powerful tool in enhancing local government. By evaluating the government portals, LUCI can help identifying specific weaknesses, enabling municipalities to improve their services, which can lead to more user-friendly and efficient portals. Additionally, benchmarking digital maturity through LUCI provides the municipalities with clear metrics, allowing them to strategically plan their digital transformation. One of LUCI's greatest strengths is its ability to foster collaboration by learning from global best practices. LUCI enables governments to benefit from shared experiences. Countries that applied the methodology can serve as valuable case studies. Now, in the next slide, the question is, how can other countries effectively implement LUCI? Based on our experience in Tunisia, there are 3 key steps. First, as we can see, we can start with the EGDI scores. Analyzing the country EGDI scores provides a strong foundation for understanding the digital maturity of the country. The next step will be leveraging the UN local government toolkit, as we see in the next slide. This toolkit provides guidance on LUCI indicators with concrete examples. And the final step, we suggest studying the country background to determine which criteria are likely to be present and which ones are not likely to be provided. This will help save time and ensure a more efficient evaluation. But implementation is just the beginning. To truly leverage LUCI, we must build on opportunities. Next slide, please. Next. Thank you. First, collaboration is key. Partnering with other countries interested in LUCI allows for the exchange of experiences and best practices. We're currently working on collaboration. Second, we must invest in training municipal employees on emerging technologies. Civil society can lead these efforts to build local capacities. We also recommend launching initiatives for data collection and publication. Civil society can collaborate with municipalities to make data accessible on portals, which increase transparency and citizens' trust. Finally, fostering public-private partnerships is essential. This collaboration can expand e-services like digital payments. The private sector can provide expertise and resources for municipalities to deliver more modern and better solutions. Of course, we had some challenges. Engaging policymakers and ensuring the methodology adoption at the local level can be difficult. Limited resources, both technical and financial, often slow implementation. Also, ensuring consistent stakeholders' engagement and overcoming resistance to change in local government can be challenging. But by expanding the Lucy network, refining the methodology, and involving stakeholders, we can address these barriers. In conclusion, this was our experience and findings in the Tunisian e-governance society in implementing the Lucy methodology. I would like to extend my gratitude to the UN, UNDESA, and UNUGOV for the opportunity and their trust in our work. I also want to thank our entire team for their tremendous efforts in making this implementation a success, and to all of you here today for following and engaging with us. We are open for collaboration and look forward to strengthening local governance globally. Thank you.
Thank you, Mehdi. Tunisia is one of the most recent LOSI partners in our network. So now it is time to open the first Q&A section for comments, questions to our panelists or to any comments that you may have. Allow me to do the first question to Mehdi, starting from this thing that he mentioned at the end about collaboration with the policymakers using the LOSI results. So I would like to ask you, Mehdi, if you have tried or you have succeeded to disseminate and share the knowledge produced from LOSI application in your country with government officials and decision makers in your country. And if yes or not, it's the same, how do you think they should use the extracted results? And give us some thoughts which could be the next steps to improve local government development in Tunisia using LOSI output.
Well, thank you. Currently, we have a slight problem. There is hesitance in local governments because we are waiting for the elections. The local entities mandates are over, but the elections are delayed, so there is hesitance to make any change, waiting for the new elected officials.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mehdi. So I invite now the participants or the online participants to, if they have any questions, please, it is the time to do it now. Yes, please. Please introduce yourself also for all the participants.
Hello, yeah, my name is Yang Wanzhen from the Seoul National University Research Team for doing the application of the LOSI methodologies in South Korea. So we just concluded all the researches and submitted the draft to the UNDESA, and we are trying to wait for the comment right now. And this is very great opportunities to have the very strong network to enhance the status of the local online services by measuring them and suggesting the new future directions of the local online services. So I believe as this index dated in every 2 years, and that's why they can to date and continuously they're suggesting the most challenging indicators, such as the rise of the use of AI and update of the internet, the standards. But in here, I try to ask the one good question about the new future direction of the LOSI. So I believe that one of the most the strong role and the purpose of LOSI is providing some guideline for the local government, like acting like a lighthouse, the showing them the way, how the future looks like. So in here, I try to mention that the struggles, I'm not going to ask this as challenges, but struggles we have in the South Korea. So as a background, the South Korean cities considered one of the most developed countries in terms of the data governments and online services. So in our research they show that the lots of the cities, they have very high score in terms of the losses. But the most disturbed part we had is that some of the services that is indicated in the loss index is not authorized to provide in the local government, because a lot of services that's mentioned in the LOSI is not allowed to provide by the local government. Some of them are controlled and provided by central government or the state government or provincial governments. So I believe the very similar problem was already mentioned in the Indian cases and any other cities, something like that. So in this kind of cases, so what are the future directions we should have in the side of the UNESA and the UNU? That is one of the questions I should ask. So how we deal with these kind of struggles? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the question. Well, I don't know if I have the answer. The only thing that I can say is that we have identified clearly this problem. This is one of the basic problems that we face. Designing the indicators specifically for the services criterion, because our colleague here identifies this problem that not all cities in the world provide the same services and are authorized from the government to provide the same services in local level. So this is an issue that we should face. We try to do our best and identify let's say, the most common services that are used in all cities around the world. It's very difficult to do that. What I can say is that LOSI network is a solution, maybe partly in this problem, because what we do with our partners in each country is to identify their specific needs in their context, in their national context, and adjust those services in the specific case. So this is a solution. But again, when we go to the UN government survey every 2 years, it is very difficult to find the ideal set of services for each city. You can understand that it is very difficult. Finally, an answer to this would be the citizen at the end is not interested if he or she receives the service from the city or from the central government. Finally, he should receive the service that he expects to receive. So we have this approach in our methodology. We don't seek and ask in the assessment if the city provides the service, but if the municipality website gives the access to this service. So for example, if they give the link to the national government for this service, this is enough because the citizen can receive this service in the way that he wants, she wants. But yes, this is a very interesting hot topic for us. And for this reason, we have something for you at the end. We have made a questionnaire in order to identify, maybe to try to improve this set of services that we ask. You will see at the end. And we are asking all of you to fill this. Thank you very much for your question. Any other questions, or should we move to the next? If not, okay, now Angelica will take the floor from UNDESA, and she will give you a brief presentation of a very useful toolkit that we have designed and offered to everyone. It is publicly open, and yeah, she will say more about that in a while. Angelica,
Thank you, Dimitrios. Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Angelica Azenfeld, and I work as a consultant for UNDESA. Let me quickly show you. So I'm just presenting first this QR code, which will give you access to our UN eGov KB city data page, on which you can access your latest results for the biggest city in your country. So I'll just give you a few seconds to scan this or insert the link, and then I'll just quickly show you what that looks like on the website. And of course, I can also link the paste the link on the chat afterwards. So hopefully you can see, yes, you can see my screen. So this is the page you'll land on. Again, this is for the city data of the latest UNEGov survey, and you can find all the major cities. So let's say I'm interested in Istanbul's latest findings. You'll land on this page, which will give you an overview of the LOCI of 2024, comparing to the world leader as well as the sub-region leader, which is Riyadh. And then you'll find more granular data on each of the subcomponents of the LOCI. This is especially useful for you to understand where your strengths and where your weaknesses are. So in this case, if I were Istanbul, I would understand that technology and e-participation perhaps are two of the subcomponents that I'd need to work on more particularly in order to improve my LOCI performance. Now, with this sort of knowledge in mind, we encourage you to then check out our local e-government toolkit, which again, you can access here through this QR code or the link. Just giving you a few seconds to scan that, but again, I'll share that again on the chat and also by email. So it's especially useful to use in complement to what you just saw on the city data page, because the local e-government toolkit is essentially structured around the LOCI and the 6 subcomponents. Each module will find, sorry, I hope you can hear me, is based on these subcomponents. And so from what I saw as Istanbul, I would, let's say, be interested in the technology subcomponent. So I'll click here, and then I'll land on a slide deck, which will give me information on which indicators are assessed in this subcomponent as per the latest 2024 survey. So here's an index of all the different indicators, just to give you an overview. And then let's say I'm interested in what exactly that consists of. So what does that mean? I'll click on the slide, and then each slide, which essentially looks the same here, it has the same structure, but for each indicator, it'll give you an explanation of what that is exactly, why is it important, and then a generic kind of guide on how to implement those in your local government portal, as well as a case study or a guide for each indicator. So I'll keep it short because we have other presentations, but this is just a little preview for you to know how to use this toolkit as well as the city data page to really ensure that you can improve your LOCI performance. So back to, I think, the main slides, or rather, I think we'll proceed with the 4th presentation. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat or email me. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelica. So yes, please have a look at the toolkit. You will find it very useful. So now we move to the second section, that it is named Local Government Present and Future. So here we have with speakers from countries that have not applied yet LOCI methodology, but I think they are most of them in this track. So the first speaker is from Saudi Arabia, Abdulaziz Zakri from DGA, and he will present us a few things to show us why DGA, why Saudi Arabia and Riyadh have made such a great improvement in e-government recently. Abdulaziz, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Demetrius. We are very happy to have you here today in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And it's my pleasure to be here among this audience. And it's really honored today to speak about Riyadh achievement in becoming one of the top 3 cities globally in local online services. And as a matter of fact, to achieve this status, Riyadh has worked in 3 driving factors that set it apart. The first factor is Vision 2030. And by improving the quality of life, enhancing the quality of government services, and boosting the digital economy, as well as encouraging the digital innovation. The second factor is the digital government strategy with its 5 pillars. We speak here about satisfied citizen and enabled businesses, effective government, efficient investment, and regulated ecosystem. Third factor is, of course, is important. Riyadh needs is about service delivery, citizen empowerment and inclusion, and we make sure that no one left behind. And lastly, daily life improvement. All of them are driven by SDG, which is Sustainable Development Goals. Here, let's look at very quickly at the 4 foundational pillars of Riyadh digital transformation strategy. Starting with empowering businesses, prioritizing beneficiaries, and encouraging active participation, and harnessing emerging technology. Together, those principles or pillars have propelled Riyadh as an innovative and interconnected hub or urban hub, where different systems, services, and people are seamlessly connected. This is a very important part of as a digital government authority and Riyadh municipality have collaborated extensively to implement the Lucy assessment framework. And this relation between digital government authority and Riyadh, I would say, has driven the alignment of municipal services with the global standards, as well as enhance the digital processes and integration or integrated innovative technologies. And that this relation lead to strengthen Riyadh today as we are positioning as a top global performer today in e-government. And we decided to expand this successful journey with other major cities in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, like Mecca, Jeddah, Medina, Dammam. And this is not only because the successful story of Riyadh. Also, it is part of the plan of the Saudi authorities for the project called Saudi or City Smart City in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to be implemented for 10 cities across the country. And it is the first stage for this plan. And yes, and we believe that we are delivering because we have all success factors to achieve it. Here, an example for municipal service for Riyadh, and this is part of the success use cases of Riyadh, which is My City. My City is an online application. It provides Riyadh citizen and resident access to essential services, also enabling community participating in improving the urban landscape of the city. One of the services called Snap and Send. And this is about if you want to fix your street, or there is a light in the street is broken, or anything will affect any issue related visual appeal, you have to take a picture and you send it, and you have a surface level agreement with a great time to have the respond to any issue that you have it around you or any location in Riyadh city. And we also have a Baladi platform. It's not only application, it provides service through the web. It is a data-driven platform in a national scale, serving all municipalities in Saudi Arabia, including Riyadh. And this is also a good example for collaboration between Ministry of Municipal and Housing and also Riyadh City, and as well as DGA, to deliver the best quality of the services. Riyadh also has or provides GIS information to support Riyadh and users to take a decision based on the information. For example, if you have a business, you'd like to build this business, you can choose your location, and also you'd like to buy a house, and you can understand from this information how to make the decision. And also we place participation and public engagement as a priority in our decision making. It is by law. Every policy also and every legislation has to be announced to the public and to receive their feedback before we make the decision and take it into the action. And this guarantee that public participation in policy making is 100% is happening by cooperating with the stakeholders and partners of the city. On the other hand, most decisions related to Riyadh are being taken through consulting people, and the services designed by this consultation and reflect to improve this quality of services. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Sorry for the confusion. And on the other hand, most decisions related to Riyadh are being taken through consulting people and services designed to improve by co-creation activity to ensure users' satisfaction and service efficiency. And of course, if you would like to report any issue or complain through Riyadh City, we have these services, and also we are offering open data for public to use it and make success case from data for Riyadh. This is the last part, and the one of the most slide I like about Riyadh. As you can see here, some of the Giga project in Riyadh. We can speak about like Green Riyadh project and King Salman Park. We can see a Diriyah development program. And if we speak about briefly about two projects, let's say with the green or start with the Green Riyadh project. It's about transforming the city with the million of trees and to have a cleaner air and sustainable space for healthier and greener future. Also, as we can see, King Salman Park project is one of the largest urban parks in the world. And it's all about green spaces and cultural hubs and recreation to create vibrant and thriving of Riyadh. I will end my topic today with this slide, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdulaziz, for your excellent presentation. And thank you because you showed us, you gave us a flavor, some ideas why Riyadh and Saudi have made this great progress in e-government, because you showed us real practical life applications that serve the citizen in real life. So, and also what I identified, collected from your presentation, this is this example that the success of local government in Riyadh will not stop here, but will work as a model to be expanded in the rest of the cities in Saudi. And maybe this is a pattern that can be followed also in other cases. So thank you very much. And let's move to the next speaker, who comes from United Arab Emirates, Manel Al-Afad from Telecommunications and Digital Government Regulatory Authority. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Demetrius. First of all, I would like to thank you, Andisa, and you for this opportunity to be part of this distinguished panel and distinguished workshop. And thank you for King Saudi Arabia for hosting this fabulous event. For me, it's the first time to attend the IGF, and really it's my pleasure. This is Manal Al-Affad. I am from United Arab Emirates. I'm a digital government and open government expert. I'm leading the UAE competitiveness profile. I'm here today to present for you the UAE story with regard implementing Lucy unofficially and some other instruments. UAE commitment to digital transformation, actually it's a fundamental on the UAE 2031 strategy. The fourth pillar, which is forward ecosystem, consists of the digital transformation and providing the most prestigious, interactive, proactive service for the whole community in the UAE. We have 4 pillars under this strategy. First of all, forward society, forward economy, forward diplomacy, and forward ecosystem, which is the main pillar we are talking about. Okay, what does the citizen need? All of us here citizen, either expat or local, either a tourist or maybe from outside the country. All of us seek for a service. All of us want to know, want to get a service. So here in UAE, we are focusing on leveraging advanced technology, fostering seamless interaction between government and society, ensuring equitable access to essential service, whatever user is. So it is digital service, yes, but we need to reach for a person who cannot use digital tools. We need to go to him and provide him a service. Okay. How to assess the local e-government in the UAE? Actually, we are using 2 instruments, 2 tools. One of it is which is Lucy methodology. We are implementing on 7 Emirates. And the second one, which is the UAE digital maturity model, which is built using a best practice model. One of this model is the UN e-survey and the Lucy methodology, which is built on a DNA of this digital maturity model, which is consists of 3 pillars: leadership and policy, technology accelerators, organizations, and data. You can see here this key framework implemented on 7 local emirates or DGOVs and 14 federal entities. 14 federal entities, which is the main sectors here providing service for community. And it is assessed each 2 years. Each 2 years, we are assessing this maturity model. Last year was the baseline. And you can access it online, of course. What is we done for the world? We are cooperating with BSI and providing and transferring this digital majority to a PASS standard, which is PASS 2009-2024. Alhamdulillah, we released this PASS in cooperation with British Standard Institution on February, which is digital majority for government organization. It is a guideline for any digital government or organization all over the world to, for strategic integration of technology, for efficient service delivery, and for applicability globally. So this is standard available for anyone. They can download it from BSI. You can download it from BSI website. Okay, I would like to present from this platform Abu Dhabi case, where it's providing the government service system, which is a super app for providing a digital service for the community. Its name or branded TEM, which is in English, done. Okay. This platform, TEM, consists of more than 700 plus city services provided for the whole citizen across the Abu Dhabi Emirates and even a tourist. This application available, you can check it online and you can check the website as well. It consists of 2 million users and more than 10 million digital government transactions annually. It consists with 221 women using a service only dedicated for women and 57,000 for elderly, which is senior citizens, and 99,000 young people using a service through this platform in Abu Dhabi, 15,000 for people with determination using a service specified for this category. And this application or this super app, super platform saved 24,300 visits to customer, including 1,900,000 visits for elderly and 382,000 visits for people of determination. This was for 2023 data, and now we have different data in Abu Dhabi platform. Actually, Abu Dhabi platform, super app, one of the success story on a local level, it is now an organization. It's transferred to an organization with a director general, with a factory to produce a service on a local level in cooperation with the whole organization under Abu Dhabi digital government. And here I would like to thank you all for hearing me. I hope that it was not long, and I will be happy to receive any question. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you mentioned, it's not a question, just a comment. You mentioned that you do regularly assessment in UAE, so every 2 years. So maybe this explains, or is an explanation, one of the explanation why UAE is well ahead regarding digital government. So you assess and then you improve things. Let's move, and we will have maybe the time at the end. Questions. Next speaker is Yin Huotley from Cambodia, from Monitoring and Evaluation Department. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Yes, good morning, everyone. Yes, first of all, I would like to thank to the organizer, especially to Dimitris, for giving me the opportunity to join such a beautiful, wonderful event. Yeah, this is my first time to join IGS forum here. Yeah, my name is Ellie. Yeah, I'm from the Digital Government Committee, Ministry of Post and Telecommunication of Cambodia. Yeah, I'm in charge of M&E department. Yeah, I'm very amazing of the presentation of Saudi Arabia and also UAE, yeah, because here I am just give the overview of the local e-government in Cambodia, because we are quite young, and also we may be left behind the UAE and then Saudi Arabia, and we come here to seek for the recommendation and also for the cooperation from the UNDESA and UNGov for the next cooperation for the fusion cooperation. Yeah. No.
On.
Okay. I have a short presentation here. Just before we will go deep to the local service that provided by the provided by the local government to the local citizen. I just give the overview of the e-government in Cambodia. Yeah, we start the e-government project in 2002. Yeah, this this e-government project is this government project is under the financial and technical support from the Republic of Korea. Yeah, the government project, the first e-government project in Cambodia, we call GAI, Government Administration Information System, with have the 5 core information system in here. FEC, a real estate information system, electronic approval system, resident information system, and also the vehicle registration information system and the connectivity. In this period, the support will the project will last in 5 years. Yeah, then at that time the e-government was implemented by the involving all the 27 line ministry, but only one implementer. At that time, we can say that the issues of ownership, yeah, it's a big ownership problem. With when the project end in some of core project is no longer used, and we'll move to the expertise line ministries such as like real estate, for example, like a real estate information system. They move to the Ministry of Land Management and Planning, and by using the air map, and also for the electronic approval system, this system is no longer used. And right now, MPTC, Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, using the document workflow. This is for internal use only. Yeah, and for the resident information system, there are two move to the Ministry of Interior, and at that time, from the period of them moving, they are also implementing the new system by their own. Yeah. Also, the vehicle information system moved to the Ministry of Post, Ministry of Public Work and Transportation, and also they implement their own system too. And during the period of 2010 and to 2020, yeah, the ownership issues is solved, but the line ministry began to implement their own system. So the increase of silo system and also the interoperability issues also occur at that time. Yeah, from the 2020 here to solve the problem, Royal Government of Cambodia work on the two policy framework we call Digital Society and Economy Policy Framework, and also the Digital Government Policy Framework. And at that time, I think, yeah. At that time, the four core DPI, digital platform, for the core government, for digital platform, we established by the recognized by the government, and we use it as the central the interoperative platform that for the first is we call verify digital authentication verify.gov.kh, and this is the government platform that can authorize all the government issues document, and with the standard QR code, and this system is using the blockchain technology, very and very accurate. Yeah. Right now, we have more than 600,000 certificates that are using the verify platform. Also, we have another digital platform called CamDX. It's for data exchange. This provides to register the business online registration. This platform interconnected between the line ministry that involved with the business registration together, so the user can using only one platform in order to register their online business. And also we have a digital payment we have called Bakong. People citizen can transfer the money from one bank to another bank very easily. Yeah, and right now no charge. Yeah, and also the digital ID. Here is the current status of digital government of Cambodia. This the source of I've got it from the digital government policy. Yeah, as I mentioned, the role of ministry or institute, they have they are developed their own public their own system, no interconnected. So the lack of information sharing from ministry to another ministry is very left behind. Yeah, and also for but for the services that the from the government to the citizen and the service from the government to the business, the citizen can go to only one office called one window service office, and this one window service office connect to all the line ministry that provide the public service to the citizen and the business. Right now, all this service the one window service office is provided more than 1,000 service to the citizen. Okay. Yeah, and to that. The one Windows Service Office is operating countrywide. I mean, they're all the country they have one Windows Service, and also in this year in 2024 there's a pilot test to deploy 114 services fully online for sector agriculture, agriculture, handicraft, tourist, and culture and fine art to the Phnom Penh. In the Phnom Penh, the capital city of Cambodia, and to some districts that have fully set up infrastructure. Yeah. This is the key challenge, for the improving the local service in Cambodia. The first is a limited access of internet access. This is we call the connectivity. We still have a problem with the internet access, especially in the urban area. And also some internet quality in the Phnom Penh, the main city of Cambodia, also has some part also the quality of internet also has a problem. And at that time, we got the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunication and also the telecommunication regulator of Cambodia take action on this. They build more antenna and also have the internet speed test app in order to give the local citizen to report the internet quality to the regulator office. Yeah. And also the law of digital literacy. This is very crucial part that we for the improving the local government in Cambodia to be fully online, because the citizens are lack of basic digital skill, and also the limited digital capacity of the one Windows Service officer. Also,
sorry, Ian, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to summarize because we have 2 more presentations in a very, very low time. So please summarize. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. And then this time, Ministry of Post and Telecommunication also work with UNESCO to work on to put on the digital media and information literacy framework, and for further action according to the activity that mentioned in the framework, and also the risk of cyber security, interoperability that I mentioned in the point, and resistant to change. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the presentation and the full picture of e-government infrastructure that you have in Cambodia. And as you requested and asked before, we are here to help you. So whatever you need in regarding national level assessment or local government assessment, we are here when you ask us to provide any guidance in these areas. And of course, you are welcome to LOSI Network, where you can find a lot of support. So moving forward, the next speaker is Vanama Pomatani from Laos, from Digital Government Center, Ministry of Technology and Communications. Please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Vanapa Pomatansi from Digital Government Centers of Laos PDR. I'm the second to last speaker. I'm trying to be quick. However, I can't even turn on. I think the slide was not there yet. Okay, so I will just keep presenting first. So Laos PDR is a small, landlocked, and also least developing country. We are in the one of the ASEAN country. Okay, maybe I'm gonna go back to the start. All right. So in 2024, the released UN e-government index, our indicator was on 152. We did a lot, improved a little bit, but then there is still a lot to catch up, even comparing to our neighboring country like CLMV. So the government, we also realized the importance of digital transformation, where we define 3 key pillars. One is digital government, digital economy, and the third one is digital society. We are actually the late adopter, and we are the actually the newcomer in terms of digital transformation. So in 2022, with the help of UN, United Nations, UNDP, we conducted the country levels digital maturity assessment. I think that many indicators, we also look into LOSI, we look into UN, the UN e-government index. So we assess into 6 key pillars. So, and the out of the 5 metrics, we are in the nascent stage. The overall country only score 1.7, the ministry levels and 1.8, and the provincial level is 1.3. So when we talk about the local online service index, it's going to fall under the provincial level, where we have 18 provinces and 142 districts. So at the provincial, we still have a lot of things to improve, especially the interconnectivities, the languages and the local content, and also the digital skills and the quality of the services. So the challenges for Lao PDR, I think we share very similar challenges with other countries and also the participants at the panels. So the limited digital infrastructure, silo system, legacy processes, low digital literacy, also funding resources, as Lao is the, we call it the least developing country, and we have mountainous area. A lot of development and infrastructure need to be made that use a lot of investment. And also we have low user adoption, as most of the people are still, having difficult buying the smartphone or getting the laptop or even go online. And the language and also cultural barriers, where most of the content have to be available in English, so Lao language was not on the map. And also the regulatory enforcement is also a challenge. So what we help the local government is that we create this government website platform, so that most of the city and municipality, they don't have their own platform. They don't have the portal. So we can help them, zero code. They can just come in and adopt this, and they can use this platform, just plug and play. And the second one is we have Wing Lao portal. We want to gather all the portals of all the government, both at the local and also central. And we also have the government, we call it the super application, we call it GovX. We also onboarding services from Line Ministry, but we also have to work with the local government to include their services, including like the bus tracking, postal tracking, electronic document tracking, and the form. And digital ID will probably be the next step that we have to take on in order for us to do the verification and also to process the electronic transaction. So at the city level, we have the, we call it on one door service centers, but it's now considered as hybrid model. So all the transaction has to still go to physically, but at least the citizen can access to information where with the application, where they know that what kind of like licenses they need and how much for the application fees and how long it will take. But however, the electronic transaction and the digital payment is not available yet. So the future plan, we also hope to take the LOSI and also UN e-government index and map it into our local digital government index. And we also want to access the local government every 2 years. I think start from January, we wanted to do some dissemination and also the consultation with our local government. So the question is Lao ready for LOSI? LOSI is very interesting and it's very good to kid. However, I think having to improve our understanding on also having to, because at the end of the day, if we assess ourselves, it's going to be all no, there will be no point. So I think having to build the infrastructure, having people digitally literate, and also having the city to onboard their services and online and make it able to do transaction online. That will be, I think, the first step. And the second step, we also will take a look into LOSI and mapping ourselves and get ourselves on board. So with that, I think I have no more time. So thank you so much.
For the, yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. Yeah. And this is how LOSI can be used. As the also it was the comment of Korean partner, Korean colleague here, that it can be used as a guide to the country. What should we implement, at least in an initial level, and then you can move forward to them. Also, you identified some challenges: low digital literacy, funding scarcity, lack of specialized human resources, which are common findings in countries that show low. And you also gave I remember well, you use a centrally provided platform as a solution to local government. So this is a kind of solution to the resources. Anyway, we should move. Thank you very much. We should move to the last speaker, which is online. So we welcome Professor Nevin Makrab Labib from Sadat Academy for Management Science in Egypt. Nevin, the floor is yours. You should unmute, maybe.
Can't hear you, Nevin.
Unmute, please.
Still can't hear you. She's not muted, but I think it's on her side. Nevin, can you check your sound, please? There's something.
Seconds.
There we go.
No, it's
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
can hear you.
Better right now?
Yes.
Okay, it was synchronized with my mobile phone. So let me thank you for your very kind invitation. Really happy to be amongst all of these eminent experts in the domain. I'll be sharing my presentation. It's some insights about how to make use of AI in assessing the government services, especially that in Egypt, we're very keen and very much interested in aligning the AI strategy with all of the other strategies and plans to assess our services. So is the presentation, I'm sharing my presentation, so is it clear?
Yes, can you just click on present? It's on the lower menu. Exactly, yes, perfect. Thank you.
So I'm the chair of Computer and Information Systems Department in Sadat Academy for Management Sciences. And I'm also the vice president of ISIS Act, which is the Egyptian Society for Information Systems and Computer Technology. My main specialization is medical informatics, so I also work on the board of our Ministry of Health and Population. I thought that it would be very useful to make use of all of the artificial intelligence technologies in this very important assessment. So by AI, of course, we're not talking only about artificial intelligence, but also about the machine learning, how to feed the machine with all of the data so as to take some prediction and some patterns into consideration whenever it comes to policy making or decision making, and also the deep learning, and finally the generative AI. All of these, as we all know, are aligned with the achievement of all of the SDGs. So why have I suggested this framework? It's because now we're in the stage of working on the second phase of our AI strategy in Egypt. And we're kind of redesigning the electronic services provided to citizens. So I thought that it would be more useful and more beneficial to all of us to see if we can make use of all of these technologies. My proposed framework, so as to leverage AI in order to provide better assessment of the government e-services, is composed of these 5 stages. How we're going to collect and prepare and pre-process the data. I developed a very simple AI model. I included some assessment criteria. And I highlighted the AI-powered assessment. What would AI help and aid here? And finally, how we can work on the continuous improvement. Regarding the data collection, we have many data sources. The important ones are coming from government websites, mobile applications, some social media platforms now associated to all of the ministries, the user feedback forms, and some performance metrics. As for the data extraction, I focused on the text mining because with text mining techniques, we're able to extract information from all of the unstructured text, such as the user reviews, especially that we also have a system for the complaints of any citizen regarding any service. So it's kind of a central system that collects all of the complaints and that deals with all of these complaints. Regarding the data cleaning and pre-processing, of course, we do some pre-processing of the data before feeding it into the system or the framework here. And we aim here at removing any noise, any inconsistency. We also try to handle the missing values with many well-known technologies related to AI. And finally, we have good data so as to be able to feed it into our system. Regarding the AI model development proposed here, I added the with natural language processing, we can assess the sentiments and we can analyze the sentiment of the citizens, which is very, very important in assessing the user satisfaction. We also apply the text classification so as to be able to categorize the user feedback and identify any common issue. We also work on the topic modeling so as to be able to discover any underlying themes in user feedback, which is again very important. I also suggested to apply supervised and unsupervised machine learning. For the supervised, we make use of the classification so as to be able to predict the service performance metrics. With the unsupervised, we're aiming at identifying patterns and anomalies. And finally, I thought about applying deep learning techniques, especially the artificial neural networks techniques, so as to be able to help with the prediction. The benefits of the AI-powered assessments lies in these 4 points. First of all, we'll be able to have an automated monitoring system, which will help to identify any problems that arose at any time. It's kind of real-time system. We're also being able to apply both the predictive and the prescriptive analytics. In our country nowadays, we're applying what we call the data-driven decision making. So we make use of the data analytics framework, and we're keen about having some prediction to help whenever it comes to policy making, especially in our 2 priorities, whether we're talking healthcare or education, and of course, the citizen satisfaction. And finally, we have the continuous improvement, which is an advantage of being able to apply the AI here. When I proposed this framework and I was thinking how we're going to implement it, I thought that we'll be faced with many ethical considerations, like the data privacy, which is a problem, or let's say a challenge with all of the data protection laws and regulations, and how to make sure that the AI system that will be developed based on this framework, how this will help without posing any threat or any problem to humans, especially that in Egypt, we're focusing nowadays on the responsible AI. We have the National Council of Artificial Intelligence that started in November 2019, and in 2023, we had developed the Charter for Responsible AI, which has many pillars, and it's trying to make sure that any of the AI systems developed in Egypt or used in Egypt should be aligned with our cultural aspects, our values, and making sure that it is for the benefit of humans, not posing any threats. Regarding the assessment criteria, since we're talking AI, I thought about... Yes?
I think we are run out of time, so...
Okay, that's the kind of the last slide, if you allow me. So here we have the assessment, the usability, the accessibility, and the efficiency. I also added here a proposed roadmap if we are to implement this framework. So we should focus on having data repositories, on having national centers so as to be able to integrate these data, and on developing and deploying solutions. And a main challenge for us in Egypt is the update of the regulations and policies and to ensure the technology transfer. Final words, that by applying this, we can improve citizen satisfaction. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nevin, for the presentation. You introduced the AI perspective in local government. It is the future in local government. So thank you very much. I don't know if there is only one question or not. Okay, we are run out of time, unfortunately.
So I will stop the share.
Yes, thank you, Naveen. So,
Thank you.
is there any question? Yes, if you have one question, you can. Yeah.
Okay, if there is time, I'll try to be very brief because it is an issue that I think comes every time we talked about local government and national things are connected. One of the main difficulties that we realize when conducting these assessments and when working with government at local level is how can and how are government local government at the local level aligning things with what is defined at the national level, because we know that most of the countries are more, it is not for all, but most of them are more developed and more mature at the national level. They have strategies, many different strategies, many roadmaps, many action plans, etc. They have also many platforms, but at local level, usually things are not so developed. How all of you that are working at the local level and also all of you that have responsibilities at the national level, how are you interacting and discussing and aligning things and reusing things? This connects with the presentation that we attended from good colleagues from Saudi Arabia, where, from what I could understood, there is a strong linkage between DGA that acts mainly, I think, if I'm not wrong, at a national level, and what happened in Riyadh. And maybe it is also related to that we have this position, Riyadh, in this so high position in the ranking, because this has been based on the experiences that we hear from many different responsibles for ICT at local level. One of the biggest difficulties that is and challenges that is how to align things, particularly when this connects with the lack of resources at the local level. So this is a discussion that I would like, if we have time, to have and to hear from you to see how this alignment, if it exists or not, and what is hindering this kind of alignment, and if it is or not relevant. This is just one point.
Thank you, Delfina. Yes, no, Abdulaziz, if you have any comment on that, on this alignment between different levels of government in Saudi, which I think it exists.
All right. I believe we have a very strong governance framework and operational model that support this achievement, because we have a steering committee that supporting the international indices. We have a digital transformation committee. We have a technical committee, and Riyadh, part of the steering committee for EGDI that led by Digital Government Authority. This committee has like more than 25 cities, 25 entities that they are meeting regularly, and we are like checking and evaluating and monitoring the KPIs that we have built. And also we do a bi-weekly meeting and workshop. Last year we achieved, I'm talking generally, including Riyadh, we achieved more than 500, or we have done more than 500 workshop. And we have a regular assessment that we are working closely with Riyadh, and we make sure that they are aligning and complying with the LOCI framework. And we also use the whole government approach, that all government working together. And I would say the framework and the business model that we are working on is the main, let's say, the factors that make us to achieve this level.
Thank you, Abdulaziz. So the alignment mechanisms works properly in Saudi. This is maybe the secret behind the success. Thank you. So here we have.
But also we have a very good colleagues at DGA that we are working for delivering, and we love the country, and they provide all driving factors or successful factors, and we say always why we don't deliver it. And we feel that from DGA, because I saw my colleagues from Ministry of Interior, we are really working together. And I would like to thank him also because he's attending today the session, and we really feel that all government entities are working for one goal. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so now going at the end, we have a questionnaire for you, for all participants to fill, where we can try to collect, to identify which services are provided in local government level in each city of that you are a resident. So please fill it because it gives us a good insight, good information regarding the services provided in local level in each area of the world. And closing now, so just very briefly by bullet, some key takeaways from this workshop: alignment in different levels of government, national, local, state level, and cooperation mechanism is a must. We identify also a gap applying assessment methods in local government. So consequently, governments and decision makers do not have a clear picture of the status regarding local government development in their countries. There are some challenges identified by speakers: low digital literacy, funding scarcity, and lack of specialized human resources that are common findings in slow-level development countries regarding local government. And also, I think that we should also reconsider the innovation thinking in local government. We should raise the bar from what our expectations from iterate, pilot, to be more forgiving. Innovation sometimes means failure. So we have to get comfortable with that. We need to move fast, learn, and forgive. So we need to try more regarding innovation in local government. So with this one, closing the session, I would like to thank my colleagues in UNUEGov who critically helped to design and prepare the head of our unit, Professor Delfina Soares, our research coordinator, Morten Meyerhoff, Zoran Zordanovsky, and of course, our co-organizers, UN DESA, Vincenzo Acquaro, Denis Suzar, and Angelica Zundel. Last but not least, I would like to thank our host country, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and its people for their exceptional hospitality. Your warm welcome, attentiveness, and support were invaluable and are greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, all of you.